swear to God, if spiders run out at me, I will scream. Oh! I forgot the jacket! The fucking main thing I'm in here, and I forgot it. Oh no! Shit! I didn't expect it to slide. There we go. Hi! You're probably wondering, what are you doing, G? Well, I got a new battle jacket. I've already modified it. I plan to paint on the back of this, and I plan to paint the album cover of Free Cheers to Sweet Revenge by MCR. I thought that would be really cool with the colours, with the black and red being split down the middle. I got this jacket off Depop, for anybody wondering. I've taken off the sleeves because there were long sleeves on this. I've embroidered some cobwebs on the collar. Well, they're not embroidered. I just used normal sewing thread and like made pictures basically. But it's a form of embroidery, if that makes sense. But they have corresponding colours of cobwebs, and I added some pockets because this jacket did not have pockets when I got it, and obviously I've corresponded the colours of the pockets to whatever side they were on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that by hand. That's frayed. I didn't expect that to happen. Is it done the other side? No, it's just this side. Not that it matters. I'll need to fix it. I want to fix that because that's gonna come off if I don't fix that. I don't know how long this will take. This is the first time I've ever painted on a jacket, and I did my research beforehand on what fabric paint is best for fabric. The most raved about fabric paint is Cetacolor Opaque. This paint is a French brand. You can get them in 45ml bottles or like a 1 litre bottle. I was tempted to get a 1 litre bottle, but I thought to myself, am I being paranoid and thinking to myself that I need more than I need? I decided to just start small. And if I need any more, I'll buy some more. But like, apparently the 45ml bottles do take you a long way. As I said, I did a lot of research, and this is the best paint in terms of pigmentation, where as soon as you put it on the fabric, it's very bright, and that's what I need. I was supposed to get white in this, but instead I found a better alternative. And let me just show you what I got at the car boot sale recently. This is a box of white paint, and it's Crown's white paint. And I got this at the car boot sale for £2. The lady wanted to get rid of it, and obviously you can never have too much paint, you know, especially white paint. And she said to me, hey, do you want the whole box for £2? And I was like, yes, I do. That saved me a bit of money in terms of, instead of getting like 3 paints, black, red and white, it saved me a lot of money to get that box of tester tubes of white paint. I wanted to do a different kind of video today because I've been like really at it with the con vlogs because I've been catching up with my backlog. I want to do a very effortless video where I basically just customize my battle jacket and chill and get lost in the moment. Yeah, I spend most of my time, like probably 75%, editing videos rather than making videos, and so I want to do a video I don't have to do a lot of editing. I also want to take you on a journey on me customizing my new jacket and how it turns out. I have not watched any tutorials. I have not seen anybody else do this. They probably have done this, but like I've not really looked at any inspiration. I'm purely just fueled by the fact that this jacket is 2 different colours. As soon as I saw the jacket, I was like immediately inspired to do this. And so I'm just running off that. Because my normal battle jacket is finished. To a degree. Like, there's a few gaps on my current battle jacket that I could fill. Apart from that, there's no real room on it. And so I have been meaning to do another one. As soon as I saw the colours of this jacket, I was like, mwah, you are the one. I've bought some paintbrushes specifically for this. I do have also a rag, but that's all I need. Paint, coffee, paintbrushes, a rag, and music. And obviously the jacket. And we're good to go. Try and position this to the best of my ability. I've not zoomed in, have I? There we go, that's better. Okie dokie. Gotta bear in mind that I don't have a lot of light in here, so I'm purely just relying on natural light so you can see what I'm doing. Let me put on my music. I don't want to be sitting in silence whilst I do this. I'm gonna listen to MCR whilst we paint and draw MCR. Forgot to mention, I do have some spencils? I was about to say spencils, I meant pencils. I've got these pencils, it says no sharpening needed. They're called disappearing pens, they're Chinese. And I got these from my local fabric shop, and they're really good actually. I don't see how they're supposed to be non-sharpening, because how the fuck do you get more out of this? I don't know how these work. I'm gonna have to use them to figure out how to get more lead when I do run out. But these are the pencils that I will be using. I also did a sketch of it in my sketchbook as like a practice run in preparation for this, and I started colouring it and never finished it. I wanted to like map out roughly how I wanted it to look. So this is gonna be like a reference, as well as like the original photo or the original album cover being my reference. I cannot wait to do like the blood splatters. They look like a lot of fun. Oh, I'm terrified. I'm a little bit scared. I'm aiming for this to cover like the entire square that's here. So I have a big canvas to play around with, and then we'll see what happens. The best thing about having this pen, if you make a mistake, it doesn't matter because you can literally just like rub it away. You're not particularly going to notice it when you paint over it, so it doesn't necessarily matter if I do make a mistake in pen. The thing that's going to matter most is making a mistake in paint. And if you make a mistake in paint, then you're fucked. In the early stages of something, it's kind of hard to tell if you're getting the proportions right. At least that's how I feel about things. That's like the outline of her hair. Alright, we're gonna attempt to do the face. I quite liked how I drew her in my sketchbook, but whether that's going to translate on here is a different matter entirely. What's the point? If it's a different disappearing pen, how am I gonna rub it out? Get my rag, let's just test something. Oh, okay, yeah, literally just wipe it away. Okay, that's how it disappears. Alright, cool. It's harder to see it on the red than it is on the black. I think it's part of the reason why I started with the red first, so that I can get the girl out of the way and like make sure that she's looking okay. I'm kind of struggling with her nose at the minute. We'll get there though, guys, we'll get there. I had to stop recording for a hot second just so I could concentrate because I wasn't feeling very confident in, like, what am I trying to say? In the first few moments of this process, I didn't feel that confident, so I stopped recording so I could take off the pressure I was recording myself. And this is what she turned out like. This is only a basic outline. This isn't the final thing. The final thing will be when I start painting it. I'll add all the detailing and stuff like that to her. I think she looks pretty good. So now I'm gonna move on to the dude and hopefully he turns out just as well. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. So it's no sharpening because you just take off the paper. Oh, that's cool. I didn't mean to take off that much. But yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. That's how you do it. Oh no! Shit! Oh, I knew that was too long.
I used to work at Costa, FYI, in case you wondered why it says barista. I used to work in a coffee shop. So when I left my job, they said I could keep the aprons. They've come in really handy for painting, and that's what I use them for.
I'm slightly nervous for the painting stage.
What? What happened? Why has it done that? What? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Whoa! New paints. Huh. That was good. I quite like that, how that felt. I'm just gonna do the face, like the nose and the mouth, and then I'll move on to doing the hair. That set of colour really does smell. Like, ooh, I can smell it from here. It's quite strong.
Minutes later.
Featuring my favourite pair of Sonic pyjamas. Hello, good morning. It is the second day that I am painting this. It is right beside me on the mannequin. I left it to hang overnight just so the paint isn't crinkled, and it looks good. I love it. The boy, you can sort of see his outline, but I'm going to rub him out and do him again because I don't like how he looks. With the girl, however, I'm going to modify her lips a little bit because I don't like how that looks. I think it could be better. And after I've done that, I'm going to put all the detailing on her with the paint before I start on the boy. I have tried this on just to see what it looks like, and I couldn't be more proud of myself, honestly. It's so cool. Probably the coolest thing I've ever made. Let's get to it. Oh hi, just checking in. I forgot to record because I got in the zone. I managed to cover the boy's entire face and I'm about to do his detailing
with his nose, his eye, his eyebrows, stuff like that. I have already defined his jaw here because I found that painting on this side is actually more difficult than painting on this side. And that's because the black needs more coats of white. I mean, thank God I have a huge fucking Jacob's Cracker tub of paint, because if I didn't, I would be fucked. I'm also gonna go in and define a few of these spikes here. Basically just like work my way down the body, pretty much doing the exact same thing that I did with the girl, but it's just like the boy has a suit on, so it kind of makes it a bit more difficult to be consistent and to not fuck up. I'm gonna just do his face now, blow dry it first, then do the detailing on his face with the black paint. Oh my god, does it look good? No, I'm not showing you. I've just finished painting the boy. The boy! All I have left to do is the blood. I was thinking of putting the red paint on the end of this disposable toothbrush and using my thumb to flick it onto the characters. Don't think I have a disposable toothbrush. I'm gonna go look. If not, then I will run to my shop, my local shop, probably like my local Asda or something, get a toothbrush. But oh my god, I've just looked in the mirror with the jacket on, and it's fucking sick. It is fucking sick. I cannot wait for the reveal to show you guys what this bloody looks like. It's amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna go look for a toothbrush, see if I've got one. If not, then I will be running to the shop, but I shall give you an update either way. I have a bit of a problem. Well, it's not a problem, but it could become a problem. According to the instructions of Set a Color Opaque, once you've painted what you want to paint, you set this by ironing it for 5 minutes. My problem is that my white is not set a color. I actually did some research and found out what this actually was. This is paint to paint on walls. It's not fabric paint, whereas these are fabric paint. These are designed for the job. This is for another job that I've used as an alternative. With that being said, I need to know if Mod Podge will react to the white. Usually what I do is I will paint something like a patch or a picture on some denim and then like seal it with Mod Podge. I have grabbed a scrap bit of fabric from like the sleeve of the jacket when I took off the sleeves, and I've just slathered on a thick layer of the wall paint. I'm going to slather on a layer of Mod Podge, leave it to dry, and then see what happens before I even think about putting it on the jacket. Wait, is that even dry? Wait. Maybe I should dry it before I do anything. I'm not going to put a lot on because a little goes a long way with Mod Podge. I hope and pray this works, because if it doesn't, I will be very upset.
1 hour later.
The update on the Mod Podge, I've been away for about an hour and a half. Seems to be fine. It's not affected the white paint whatsoever. It's great. So I will be sealing it with Mod Podge. That's good to know. I have my toothbrush and I'm gonna need to clear my space. I did not mean to throw that on the floor. I just meant to fiddle with it. And it just yeeted from my fingers. I feel like I have a twitch sometimes, right? Where I'll like be fiddling with something and it will like end up either the other side of the room or on the floor. And I just think to myself, why the fuck did I do that? I'm gonna move my table back where it was, and then I'm gonna clear a space. That corner, I'm not gonna show you the corner because the jacket's there and I don't want to spoil the surprise. The corner, this corner of the room where I'm gonna just like prepare a space. Nothing can get paint on it except the wall. This is why I like having this space. Like it doesn't matter if I get shit like dirty or covered in paint, because it just doesn't matter. This is a space that's meant to do that for. I mean, the G-shed is fucked as it is. How am I gonna get the toothbrush in here? Like that, I suppose? Get a blob get a good amount on there. Also, I probably should wear gloves for this, but I'm taking the risk to have a spare bit of fabric here in case things go ham. Alright. I'm like, how do I do this? Oh! Oh, that's a good effect. That looks cool though. Unfortunately, I've got a load on my finger. There's a technique to this. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, it's on the floor already. Mom, I've committed murder. It just occurred to me that I'm wearing long sleeves and that's probably a bad idea. Oh, yes. Get bloody. Get wrecked. Nice! Oh no. I'm gonna have to fix that. Basically, here, the sole is coming away from the boot. I do constantly wear these shoes, so it doesn't surprise me that they're now splitting. Go and get my Gorilla Glue so I can fix that. So before I get into it, I have to prove, because everybody asks me, like, every time I make something and I make it with pockets, people always ask me, hey G, can you fit a Monster can in your pocket? And I'm here to prove to you that yes, indeed, I can. It's wrap-up time. I'm just gonna fix my boot as I'm talking to you guys. Hello! I've been so excited to make this jacket. I have been anticipating this new jacket for a long, long time. And for a very long, long time at the same time that I've needed a new one. Just gotta hold this down. These shoes will survive me. I will make it so. It's been a long time coming that I've needed a new jacket because my current jacket, even though there's nothing wrong with it, it's running out of room. And I have needed and wanted to start a new one for a very long time. But it was the case of finding the right jacket to modify. Originally, I was gonna go with all red, like entirely red. And it was very hard to find just a plain red jacket on the high street. And every time I found a red one on Depop, it was either too expensive or I had it in my cart for a long time and then it got sold. I was in no rush to start a new jacket. It was just one of those things that I thought to myself, I'll get one when I need one. The right jacket hadn't appeared for me yet until I saw this one on Depop and I immediately thought, oh my god, that is the one. It is destiny that I have this one. I got this for about £8. When I buy jackets and modify them, I tend not to spend too much money because in the grand scheme of things, I am just going to cut it up and put stuff on it. So if I spent like more than £10 on a jacket and then destroyed it practically, I would feel awful and I would feel like I wasted my money. So my rule of thumb is I tend not to spend over £10 on a jacket. Although some of these sellers like to sell their jackets for like 30 quid and I'm like, no. I'm also glad that I did my research before going into this about fabric paint. Now, originally I was gonna get some acrylic paint and just do it with acrylic paint. But then I remembered that with my previous jacket, I did use acrylic paint for the skull, and it has cracked. Wait, let me show you. Oh, that tastes so good. I painted this with acrylic paint, and at the time it was a resource that I had on me that was cheap and accessible. If you can see, I'm not sure if you can, yeah, you can see it near the bottom here. Can you see it's all cracked? And some of the paint is like coming off the actual jacket because there's black patches underneath. You can see it a lot here where there's been a lot of wear and tear. And also, you can tell on the face itself that it's gone yellow for some reason. Like, the dirt from me wearing it out has attached itself to the acrylic paint, and it's turned it yellow, and you can see it. I can understand why someone would use acrylic paint. I'm sure we've all been there. Anybody who has painted their own jackets or painted fabric will know that acrylic paint is no good and have probably tried it themselves. Part of me thought, hey, this probably isn't a good idea, but like I said, I didn't want to spend. Chucky, hello? Did you just fall off of your... Chucky fell off the jacket. That's never happened before. Jesus Christ, everything's falling apart. My boots, my jacket. What's next? My sanity? I just looked and I was like, wait a minute, I recognise that. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm very glad that I did my research and got Set a Colour Opaque, because Set a Colour Opaque is so good. I'm not sponsored or anything to say that. Generally, Set a Colour is just the best one. I had a lot of fun just painting with the black and red. In terms of sealing the jacket, what I had to do was, and I explained this in the video, since the white is not Set a Colour Opaque, I couldn't seal this properly like the bottle told me to. The bottle tells you that once you've painted what you want with Set a Colour, you turn the fabric inside out like this and then iron like the back of the design. But because the white is not Set a Colour, it's wall paint, which is something I might regret in the future, just like with acrylic paint, but we'll see. I had to use Mod Podge and use a very thin layer of Mod Podge to just slather that on. What are my plans for this jacket? Oh my god. Ah! It's so hard to put this on when I'm right up against my cabinets. My plan for this jacket is to make this jacket into a music jacket. This one was originally supposed to be a music jacket, but I got too carried away with all the political patches that I was like, oh my god, let's slap them on there because they look so cool. Basically, with this jacket, it's business in the back, party in the front. In terms of memes, anything colourful, fandoms, the bottle cap pins that I made, anything I want, it goes in the front. My opinions and political shit goes on the back. I'm also going to add spikes to this one. I didn't add spikes to this one because I didn't get round to it. I only thought about that after I had filled it up, and there's literally no room on this anymore. Like, there's a few gaps just down here, but that's about it. If you made it all through to the end, I appreciate you immensely, and thank you for sticking around if you've already subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's completely chill. I just do what I want on this channel at this point. I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye! Editing photos rather than... photos? No. Oh, wrong way. Oh, poked my eye. How the fuck do you do that with an apron, G? Whoop. Don't make a mess of it, G. I feel like I've already made a mess of this already. Whatever mistakes I make, I have to commit to them. Hi.